Welcome back to the More Life Podcast, and in episode 20 we have such a deep and insightful conversation with John Hamilton, the owner and CEO of Young and Lazy, helping young entrepreneurs scale their businesses to multiple six figures, create a reality that they love. This conversation is not one that you want to miss. So, John, thank you for coming. Obviously, Kale arranged this, don't know why I'm starting it, but yeah, obviously, I've got you on Instagram. I know what you're all about with the helping entrepreneurs kind of scale their businesses and all that kind of stuff. So, it's going to be interesting to talk because obviously I'm not in the position you're in when it comes to, well, the financial position and like building a team and obviously handling that. So something I think a lot of people with businesses that maybe look to scale will fucking get so much value from, alongside all the things that come along, all the mindset things that come alongside it, because building a business like that, it's not full. There's a reason why not everyone has a business like that, do you know what I mean? Because it's quite a hard, deep thing to kind of break apart and build up. So yeah, obviously, when did you start? Or Young and Lazy, tell us a little bit about the actual business itself.
Yeah, so YNL started, four years ago? Started initially as just like networking events, and it's had like multiple iterations of like how it's evolved. Yeah. Networking events was the easiest way for me to get people in a room, because the question of like the chicken and the egg, how do you start a network without a network? If you've not got any people that you know you already, then it can become pretty challenging. So networking events, I basically leveraged my gaming network, came from a gaming background, was a full-time streamer for 2 years prior, met a lot of footballers, a lot of athletes, a lot of people that had big personal brands in the gaming space. And I basically leveraged those relationships to do networking events where they would be positioned as speakers. That then created volume. People then wanted to come along. It was like, who's this new guy on the block? And generated the volume. But after about 6 months of doing that, I was pretty bored of it. It kind of evolved into quite a stagnant, come along, listen to a speaker, going to some breakout rooms, the same old shit, bro. And it was never built to be the same old shit. YNL was something that I started because when I was in the gaming space, we used to, when you're playing at such a high level, you're surrounded by obsessive individuals all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And when you come into business, or when I came into business, I was like, going to these networking events thinking that was going to be the same shit. So I was going to go and I was going to speak about ideas, solve problems, talk through maybe new things that I wanted to do within business. And then when I went, it was like stand up and pitch your business for 30 seconds and then sit down and shut the fuck up for 30 minutes and listen to everyone else. And I was like, this is pish. Like, this is so bad. So I started trying to find other things. I went to young professionals events. And they were all just the same, bro. Just really bland, boring. Yeah. Some of them were actually so far the other way where it wasn't rigid at all. It was actually just really show up, have a few drinks, and then just open up discussion. So I started YNL with the thought process of creating something that allowed for people to build on ideas, talk about problems, like actually solve shit within our business and have actual tangible outcomes, not show up, pitch, get business, and that was it. So started as networking events. I then had 4 clients of all the people that attended my networking events that I cherry picked. That was like, use, understand, and get what I want to build. Do you want to be part of this next stage? And it was basically where we hosted focus groups on a weekly basis, where we hopped on, like I said, built on ideas, solved problems, and really actually just started to scale our businesses properly. And it became almost like a little mini board of people that all knew each other's businesses and were able to help and give guidance. And then from there, it just built into, it got to a stage where we had 5 different groups running. So like 5 groups of 5. Yeah. All paying like 150 quid a month to be part of it.
See, when you say 5 groups of 5, obviously see the 4 clients, when you say 4 clients, is that clients that came to your networking events?
Yes.
Right. And then, so your business right now is, what at that point in time is like networking events?
It was networking events, and it evolved into this like focus group format, which was more kind of like a mastermind group where you're solving problems, but you're mainly just discussing with others. You're discussing with others how to progress your business, how to improve your business. And it was something that's what the gaming world was like, bro. You would hop on like 5-6 players, you would watch your gameplay back with them, and then you would brainstorm how you would show up better the next day, and how you would improve different parts. And I know, like, for example, I was playing badminton with one of my boys last night, and it's like, my backhand's fucking shite, mate. I can't flick my wrist properly, right? So everything else in my game is good, but my backhand's shite. So we play a best of 5. Jack beats me 3-2, and then the last 10 minutes, I'm like, can we improve my backhand? So we sat and we just practiced trying to improve my backhand. Gaming world was the exact same shit. You'll scrim practice for 6 hours, and then you'll sit and watch VODs, and you'll sit and watch your gameplay back. And my vision was like, how do I create the same shit within business? Everyone's working on the business, working in the business all the fucking time. So I can create an environment where they can all hop on and speak about the areas that they're aware are shite, and need improved.
Work on the business.
Yeah, in those little rooms. And it was like, you would speak about, say someone hops on and they're having a lead gen problem. We then identify where the lead gen problem is actually stemming from. Are they doing enough outbound? Are they doing paid ads?
Right.
Are they doing whatever? And we'd identify it, give it a kind of like a label and understanding of what the actual problem is, and then create clear action steps off the back of it. And we were doing that to begin with, 4 people right at the very start. That's now evolved and grew arms and legs to a point where every single client of ours has a roadmap every 90 days that is bespoke to them, where they know exactly what they're working on, what resources they need to watch, what sessions they should attend, who they should speak to. And it's basically just taking that and just put it on roids.
So when you started though, like you went from gaming to business networking and all that kind of stuff, and then you scaled from the networking events to, well, a consultancy business almost. Like, where did you gain the knowledge and skills to start to help people progress with their businesses without, obviously, did you scale your own business first? And that's where you learned the tools. So how did that kind of, do you know what I mean? How did that, I was going to ask that question. So how did John become the person that people go to for scaling their business?
It's a great question, mate. And I think if you ever want to start a business, start it in something that people are just asking you for anyways. So like, for example, my little sister, right, fucking obsessed with cars, loves doing shit to cars. She like ripped all her fucking back seats out. Then she put them back in because she was like, a week later, she was like, I want them fucking back in. She just do all that shit herself. She just loves it, right? So if I go to her and I say, my car needs cleaned, or my car, I need like a detailing service, for example, she will fucking jump all over that. And I know she'll do it to a high enough standard as well. And it's like, when you become good at something, or you display in a way that you can help people solve problems, they naturally just come to you anyways.
Yep.
So in the focus groups, it was like, I was almost like a center point. John, what do you think of this? John, what do you think of that? John, what would you do if you were in this scenario? And every single time I would preface, I don't have any experience in this, by the way, but I'm happy to work through it with you to get to a solution.
Yep.
And then we can then pave some sort of action steps from there. So to begin with, for the first 2 years, bro, I could not give a piece of advice without saying, I have no experience in this. Like, I literally couldn't say it, because I'm the same way. I operate in a very logical manner. How can someone that's not done it give advice on something prior? Yeah. So I would preface every single time, I'm not getting experience in this, by the way, but this is what I would do. They would go and do it, and it would fucking work incredibly. Sick. And it basically just started to evolve where, obviously, the business started to then gain success. We're at a stage now where we're hitting multiple 5-figure months. We've got a team of 5, scaling up to 6 now. And like, all the things that I was doing then, not much has really changed. We've just continued that momentum upwards. So a lot of the advice that I was actually given then was actually very valid. And it was that's why it was getting results, essentially. And it was almost like I had like foresight of what the business really needed to do to move forward.
Yeah, so within the groups, you were like the one that was good at thinking, good at breaking things down, good at giving advice. But how did you become that guy? I know that's how you've became the top of the where did the knowledge come from? How have you became... Because initially you were giving advice, although looking back it was valid, although you didn't have this identity as someone that has done it. How did you become that guy?
Yeah, so when I look back, Mum has been in business for 7 years, so she had like 3 years knowledge prior. Had my first mentor when I was 18 in the streaming, 19 when I was in the streaming world. His name was Posty. I've spoken about him in multiple other podcasts. He had 6 companies across 2 continents, was multiple like eight figures a year type of revenue. He was based over in America, and when I was doing the streaming stuff, he would fucking help massively with a lot of any like problems or thoughts or anything that I had. Streaming is also something where you're building a brand, which then establishes into some sort of business. Yep. It's just that income goes directly to you. You can't really outsource that much besides editing content, etc. So I have been in business since I was 18. I'm now 25. But in terms of becoming that guy, quote unquote, is that naturally I've just became obsessed with certain facets within the business. So I always split business into 4 different categories: marketing, sales, operations, or marketing, sales, delivery, and systems. Operations is the actual fucking term of delivery that most people understand. So when it comes to those four areas, I became incredibly knowledgeable at all of them because I was the guy doing all of them. And I also just broke them up into like different facets where I understood what I was working on when I was working on it. And it basically got to a stage where I'd met so many people and had so many conversations. So imagine this, right? If we make it logical, if I've got, say, 70 clients right now, every single one of them, every single day, has a new problem that they come to me with, that we shoot the shit on, that they go and iterate and implement, and then we see a result off the back of it, whether improved or not improved. That is a metric of data that you then input in. So imagine that over the course of 4 years, every single day, obsessive, like you were saying about my stories this morning, I'm dialed every day.
Yep.
Imagine that every single day. And then also imagine that where you've got sessions where it's more intense in that environment as well.
Yep.
You then combine mentors into a place where I've been really fortunate, man, where I think people have just, I kind of struggle to articulate this because I think people that have been there and done it like me.
They see the potential in you that
like,
they had.
they
see them in you a lot of the time. Is that what you mean? Like, multi-millionaires and like Phil Graham, you feel like he maybe connects more personally to you than the other guys in Young and Lazy, that kind of stuff.
For sure. So it's like I speak about Gary Wilson, for example. He was he ran a marketing agency, sold it for like multiple 7 figures. Had him on the podcast, asked him if he could go for dinner afterwards, sat for 4 hours and literally just picked his brain. And he sat there for 4 hours willingly giving me every piece of marketing advice. And then he gave me access to Alex Becker's Iron program, which is basically a program designated for how to scale and build a high ticket offer and then market it through paid ads.
Nice.
And that program, it was like, to gain access to that, Gary would have paid like 10 grand for that. Yeah, and he also would have like, you have to go through a vetting process, like, because Alex Becker gives you all of his funnels and all that in it as well, where it's like, the way he excludes calls, or like excluded calls when he actually ran the offer, was pretty fucking substantial. So Gary would have had to jump through a lot of hoops to get that. Yep. And off the back of one discussion, he gave me a shit ton of market knowledge to run paid ads, and also how he scaled his own marketing agency, and then gave me access to a program that was worth fucking 10 grand.
Yeah, man.
And then I literally sat, so I was so scared because he gave me it and gave me the login, and I was like, I feel like I shouldn't have this, so I'm scared it's just going to get taken away. And if I don't maximize it, and it does get taken away, I'll be fucking devastated. Yeah. So every day, bro, so it took me, a week and a half, every day, 18 hours a day. Rinse the full thing. Yeah. And as soon as I got through it all, it was like, I can go back now and just like go through the bits that I need to properly adopt. So
just shows you the power of networking though. Like, honestly, we speak about it all the time. I've got a one-to-one kind of like basis with my clients, hundreds of clients that I've spoke to in the last like couple of years. A few have stayed, and obviously a lot are kind of now mentors, some are multi-millionaires, and the conversations you have do compile to the perspective you can then have on what you're doing. So yeah, like obviously networking is something that it generally is kind of, I feel like I always think about it in business, and without the network, it generally is a make or break as to where you're going to end up, because without the people you know, it's who you know, isn't it? But I'd say as well, see to like what you've said, how you feel like they're just giving you the knowledge, and you're like, you've questioned why is it me that they're giving it to, why they're not doing it. I think a lot of it is the networking aspect is real, recognize real. So it's so rare to actually meet authentic people. So if you get a successful, authentic person that's looking at a younger person that's also on that wavelength, they probably look at you as if you kind of deserve that, because you're going to do something with it. Do you know what I mean? So it's, have you ever? So one thing I was going to ask you was, what is a problem that you've been able to fix and give a solution to that's paid you the most monetarily?
So everything I'm optimizing for now is the business to operate without me. So like everything I view, like I put on my story over the weekend and you replied to it, and it was about like every problem has a price tag associated with it. So if you don't solve it, you're losing money. If you do solve it, you make money off the back of it. And that's how I view majority of problems now. Now, the biggest problem that we had was, and why we went to Phil, was we were scaling a network that people were just buying a community, and that was it. And yes, that's powerful, but once everyone comes in and gets to know everyone, unless it becomes regimented in their routine, i.e. the sessions every single week, that's pretty much it. And once they've got it, they can leave, and they can naturally just continue to build relationships with those people. So they need something every single month or every single week that is fucking incredible for them to continue to stay and pay. So that bottleneck that I identified was that we weren't providing enough value, but we were positioned as a network. But I was providing so much more value than just a network. And I had to basically step into this new identity of like, YNL is not just a networking group anymore. It's something so much more than that. And I mean, we paid Phil 15 grand for 3 months like mentorship to go to his gaff, have like half a day with him, which was immense. And what he helped us understand was like, I remember the question he asked me, do you want to be a fucking gentleman's club? Or do you want to be known as the guy that changes fucking lives and creates 7-figure young entrepreneurs? And it was like, well, obviously I want to be known as that fucking guy. Yep. He was like, well, this is what it's going to take. And he basically flipped to the next stage of the slide, and it was how he delivers incredible results for his clients. And there was 9 different components. He then compared it to ours, which was 1. And it was community. he had community and he had 8 other building blocks on top of it.
Yeah, cool.
So in terms of that, he instantly helped us understand how to 7.5x our pricing on the front end. So to go from 197 a month to 1.5k up front for 3 months. Since doing so, we have signed clients that would have taken us 7.5 months, basically 8 months, to make the same money off of. And those clients are more committed. They have gotten far better results than any other clients. And they're also buying into the trainings, the coaching, the actual mentorship alongside the community rather than just the community. So when they're coming to us, it's not like they're joining for a community and then they're like, I'm not really too arsed about the sessions or the trainings. They're coming to us, like we signed 3 clients in the last week. Every single one of them this morning was on that session. That didn't always happen. Like there's people that would just join just for the community and that was it.
Was that because it was a low barrier to entry though?
Low barrier to entry.
And how you framed it as well. So have you fully reframed how you sell it? Is that like
the
biggest part of it?
Pretty much.
Do you think as well the advice he gave you, did it give you more belief in what you were and what you could be as well? Do you feel like he installed a bit of belief in you that you didn't have?
Yeah. There was one point in the actual like strategy day where he was like, I see myself in you. And then that kind of like fueled a level of like, well, if he sees that, then I can fucking make this happen. But at the same time as well, I think we all operate on like a very naive level at different times where we think we're the dog's bollocks at something. Mm-hmm. And when I was like offloading the business model and offloading how much revenue we're doing and thinking we were hot shit, and then he was just like, yeah, yous are actually like pretty naive and yous have a lot to figure out. And like, that's like a fucking blow, man, where you're like, I remember sitting in the airport just thinking, like, fuck, man, like we've actually got fucking so much to do. Like, and so much. How did you
respond to that though?
Initially, like, so I'm someone that's really good at like hiding or taking time when like I'll create space whenever I feel frustrated. So if I feel annoyed, I'm not going to just like fucking spew it all out and react to something. I'll take time to distill it down and understand it. So in terms of creating space, afterwards when we were sitting in the airport, I felt frustrated. I felt like we do have a really good business model. This is really fucking good. How dare he say that? All that shit. Yeah, ego kicking in. And then there's a book which I love. Can't remember what the actual part of the book it's referencing, but it says that it roughly takes 36 hours for something to not feel so bad. I'm trying to think of actual what book that's from, but it's a quote that has always stayed in the back of my mind where it's like 36 hours is the time that will take for something to pass. And yeah, like got home, rested up, went into the next day, looked at the to-do list, looked at all the action points, listened back to it was like 3.5 hours of like just audio recorded on my phone to sit and listen back to. And I just distilled it all down and got clear actions and was like, he's right. And he's also right because he's doing, like, Phil does like fucking like 10 mil a year, bro.
That is mental. He's a madness.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
smashing it, man.
It's the exact same model too. I think that's the difference. So like for us, it was always hard because it was like everyone likes to think their business is like unique to everyone else's. So for us, it was like, how do you scale a mastermind group?
Yeah.
In majority of people that scale mastermind groups to really high levels, they've just got it as like a bolt-on to whatever they do from a high ticket offering perspective. Or you've got people like Russell Brunson where he's known for ClickFunnels, but he's then created a mastermind group because everyone wants to access Russell Brunson. And it's like, to access dons like that, you have to pay fucking mental money. And Phil was the guy that was most aligned with our values, that we were willing to spend. I mean, when I'm saying mental money, to get in a room with Russell Brunson, you're talking like, I mean, his base level of his mastermind group, which is like 106 spots or something like that to get in there, that base level is like 50k up front to get in there.
For what, 3 months? Or
a year.
A year.
But it's like, it's a full year membership.
1-to-1.
There's not 1-to-1, but just group. You don't even access him. He's just in the room.
Has he got an option for him?
Nah. No option for him. You've got his like elite group, which is like, I think it's like 8 people. That's 250 bags for the year. And it's like
250 grand?
Yeah.
That's it. $250,000?
Yeah.
Probably giving you access to his network and all these levels, so it's going to pay you back. Yeah.
Yeah. So like with Phil, it was like, what is 15 bags compared to like that? It's fucking nothing. And it's also something that like, the biggest selling point for us was like, we were able to see behind the curtain of someone that, like, you try and find anything on Phil Graham, because I'll tell you something, I've done my fucking due diligence because I followed him for 2 years.
Yeah.
You try and find anything bad on Phil Graham, like I would genuinely challenge people to go and find bad things to be said from like an online forum perspective. And like, don't get me wrong, man, there'll be people that are his competitors, and people that have had shitty experiences with him where they've went in and they've maybe not got the result they looked for. That happens in every business. But in terms of like people that are close to him or people that even just know of him, like I had a podcast with Andrew McKee, who he's been in the fitness space since like 2008, similar time frame to Phil. Andrew came on the podcast. He like randomly brought up Phil on the podcast, not knowing that we had started working with him, because we hadn't announced that we'd started working with him. Then said to him on the podcast we started working with him. Then afterwards to the pod, he was like, "Mate, I actually can't believe you're working with Phil. Like he's the real fucking deal, mate. Like he's actually the real deal." And it's like, see, when you hear things like that, where like Andrew doesn't have to say that, and also once again, widen the time horizon. If Andrew's known him for 18 years, since like 2000 or 16 years, however long it is,
he still thinks that.
He still thinks that about him. Then his reputation is standing the test of time, which majority of people's reputation does not stand the test of time.
I feel like, see, if you are just a real, transparent, genuine cunt, not much can come in the way of your reputation other than just fucking haters that are below you. So it's like, Phil Graham just probably is a fucking real guy, and obviously pushes his message of is he a consultancy business now as well? Or is that what he does?
Yeah, so he's known as like a mastermind group for fitness entrepreneurs. That's pretty much the full shebang.
You're not fitness though?
No. So that was a component. So when I reached out to him, it was like, we're not a fitness company, but we run a similar model to you,
right,
for a different niche. Would you be interested in exploring coaching with us? And he came back basically just like with a bunch of questions about like where we were at, biggest bottlenecks, biggest challenges, what our goals are for the end of the year, etc., etc.
Obviously, young and lazy. Obviously, if you're scaling to 5-6 figures, you're not lazy. So it's like, where's the name Young and Lazy come from?
So that's what I was coined as, like growing up with the game and stuff. And then I started to recognise that term was a term that a lot of young people hear all the time because they're scaling non-brick and mortar businesses. They're scaling shit from their rooms. They are taking like 1,000 steps a day, maybe going to the gym, and that was about it. And that was like the people that I was exposed to when I created the business. And it was more, I had a corporate-ish name beforehand, but it was the Young Entrepreneurs Network. Yeah. And that was what I had 4 years ago. We then chose to go with the Young and Lazy because it was something that almost had like the lazy was almost like a sarcastic young and lazy, but we're scaling businesses from our bedrooms, and we're striving for financial freedom when we're literally just capitalizing on the resources we have now that your generation did not have. So for example, like I put something in my story last night about a PE teacher that like literally laughed in my face when I told him I had my own business when I was 19. And it's like, when I told him the business I had, which the first business was like a custom sneakers business with customized trainers and stuff like that. When I told him about that business, he literally was just like, "You've got your own business?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's a big change from school, eh?" And I just remember just looking at him, just thinking, I actually looked up to you, bro, and you're a fucking prick.
Bro, no, but listen, like, he's making 30 bags a year, though.
Yeah.
He's smashing it. he's smashing it. Yeah. So, people often get completely controlled by thoughts, right? I used to be the kind of person that was like that as well. You maybe have been before, because you seem like an overthinker, which is good. But how did you gain control, start to channel the thoughts properly? Like, tell me how you dealt with that problem initially, and then how because you've clearly got control of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, that kind of stuff. So
I think like a large amount of stuff that I was exposed to, especially coming up, was like, I think books have been a massive game changer for that for me, because we have a lot, I think nowadays as well, there's a lot of thoughts that we have that are not serving, that are actually fucking pretty detrimental. And it's about trying to understand what is the actual difference between a thought that is just a natural dopamine hit, that is just like I want to do this thing because it feels good, as opposed to doing things that are genuinely linked to the longer term goals of what you actually want to achieve. So it's like, if I'm sitting on like just a consultancy call just before I drove through here, if I'm sitting on that call, the long term vision is that I solve these problems that are right in front of me right now for the client and I help him move forward. But naturally my brain is like, pick up your phone, pick up your phone, pick up your phone. And it's like, those are like two thoughts that are existing at the exact same time. Both of them are aligned with what I believe I want, but distilling those thoughts down into what is genuinely going to serve me long term is what I've continued to step towards. So like waking up this morning and choosing to have a slower morning because I knew the load that I had today and how I wanted to show up is very different from me waking up in the morning and saying, I'm not going to do it this morning because I don't really feel like it and I'm just going to sit on my phone and do fuck all. Yep. Whereas it's almost like I don't think we can always control the amount of thoughts that we have. Maybe that's a limiting belief itself, but there's going to be so many thoughts that just come and go. It's like your choice to fucking really distill down the thoughts that are linked to the things that you want to achieve. So vision is something that I'm big on. I know we spoke about the actual structure of the business just before we started. I am known as the visionary within the business. It's my job, it's my responsibility to build a vision that is continually gaining strength and for more people to be continued to bought into. Me sitting on this chair just now, someone listening to us just now, I am communicating my vision for Young and Lazy and what I want to achieve naturally just through my own personal brand, which I believe that I'm responsible for. It's like me putting that story up last night about that PE teacher. I put it up with the thought process that there's a young guy out there. I literally had a client, that was what sparked the conversation. I had a client who runs a coaching business in the gaming world, super fucking cool business, and he's currently got a job as a college lecturer. He's one of the youngest college lecturers in the whole of the UK. It's in the esports space. But the job is fucking draining him. It's stopping him from doing the shit that he wants to do within his business. He's also got some other things kind of like going on in the background, and he's got a massive weight on his shoulder for someone in his early 20s. And he went to his boss yesterday and basically said to him that he felt like he was going to lead to a level of burnout because he was doing this job while doing his business while handling other things. And the boss basically came back to him and was like, I'm really disappointed that you've taken this long to even like come to this conclusion, and was like very just dismissive. Yeah. And then the colleagues within the room were like, he just doesn't get it, does he, Bob? He just doesn't get it. And I'm like, see, when he was voice noting me, like I was fucking so pissed, like because this young guy is like questioning whether or not, I'm like, what are the thoughts that are through your mind just now? And he's like, well, it's a secure job, you know, it's the opportunity for me to continue to be one of the youngest lecturers in Scotland. And I'm like, yeah, but what do you actually fucking want, man? What do you actually want? That shit is just external noise. And it's like, nowadays, like, I fucking wish I could get in a room with cunts like that. And that's why I see it as my responsibility, linking it to my vision, to get on stuff like this and speak about this shit, because it's not, there's genuinely young people out there that, when I reflect on that PE teacher, if I didn't have the support system, so if I didn't have mates already, that I had two close friends that were massively supportive of everything I'd done. I had my mum, who was literally like my best friend, who was already in business, who I could go to for fucking anything. Imagine I had fucking nobody. Like, this young guy just now has nobody besides the people within YNL. Yep. And like that one snarky fucking comment with everyone else then playing a role in it is enough for him to go, should I just stick in a secure job that I fucking hate, that I'm getting paid fuck all for? Like, he genuinely asked that question to himself. Literally.
But so the question, that's sick, because the question I asked you was, how did you deal with thoughts? So the problem that he might have is feeding that thought of, you should stay because it's safe, etc. But what you do is you look at your thoughts, which is called metacognition. You can actually think about your thoughts, and you choose which one actually more aligns with your vision, your purpose, and then you choose to feed what one aligns with you. That's sick. So, good answer, bro. Good.
How old are you, bro?
25.
25. It's fucking scary though, because me and Kyle were talking about trying to do some sort of work with, say, high schools, even the one we went to, because one conversation, like from people like us that are slightly older than the people we're speaking to, giving them a little bit of a different path to think down than just the fucking narrow-minded path that the system wants us to go down. Obviously, we come from a household where obviously the money's went up as times went on, but before we started a business, like, do you know what I mean, the yearly kind of income, 20 to 30k, was like good for us. Yep. Now we're like striving next year to make that in a fucking month. So it's like, we're not conforming to what is around us, and obviously I'm lucky I've got Kyle to hold me accountable to want to think deeper and question things. But a lot of the times, a lot of people's dreams are killed by the fucking teachers in school. It's fucking mental. Is there, like, when it comes to like your routine and staying like completely disciplined, dialed in, do you just feel like now your purpose is bigger than your problems, or have you got any little protocols that you stick to on a daily to keep you on that fucking nice focused tunnel vision path?
Yeah, so bit of both for sure. I think like initially purpose was what like drove it to this stage, but then like a big part of me starting to work with Phil Graham, for example, was that I really resonated with a lot of his language around routine and leaned into things that are just better for you.
Yep.
So for example, if I like bought into like just the hustle culture as a whole of like 18-hour days every single day, and I'm just going to find a way to operate at that level, like I've been there, I've done that. I literally, when I was first started out with the business, I was still doing the streaming stuff because that was where most of my income was coming from. So I would get up from 6 a.m. until 12 p.m. I would run the business, Young Entrepreneurs Network. I'd take all morning calls, work on some of the stuff in the business, plan networking events. And then from 1 p.m. to whatever time I went to bed, I would stream. And I'd done that for 250 days in a row. No days off, nothing. Saturday, Sunday, every single day. Yeah. I'd done that and I lived through it, and I'm so grateful for that time period. And like I'm big on getting in stages of creation where there is times where I will enter into sprints where I will work ridiculous fucking hours. And what I've got really good at is just seeing it as like seasonal. So I'm not 24/7 fucking 18-hour days. Yeah. I am in a seasonal period of growth. So like, for example, when I look at the last month and a half and I view that as a season, biggest thing I've been working on over the last month and a half is completely removing me from the sales side of the business.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to be responsible for the business generating cash. In terms of like me having to physically be there, I am responsible for the greater good of how much cash comes in every month, but I'm not responsible for me having to be physically present to hop on a call to close someone on a deal.
Yeah.
So the last month and a half, I've literally been working fucking rigorously, watching sales recordings, giving feedback, going through trainings, hopping on calls to get closes to then have recordings for team to watch, etc. And for the last month and a half, when I say sprinting, I've been sprinting just with solving that like one problem. And we're now at a stage now where the conversion rate is fucking exceptional. Jack literally converted 3 in the last week, 2 paid like in full up front, 1 took an installment option. And it's like, that's the standard that I've been basically working to over the last month and a half, and I'm going to sprint like crazy to make that happen. As soon as that's then done and it continues to move on an upward trajectory, I will naturally reset, recharge, and then go again. So for example, I'm going to Jamaica on Saturday. That wasn't planned, but I do work to deadlines very well, so I'm not surprised that we've started to solve it and I'm about to go away. But when it comes to the structure and routine, I do sprints, I do them in seasonal formats. I don't necessarily dictate how long they're going to be for. It's mainly to solve specific things. Yeah. So for example, I've been removing myself from every area of the business. So delivery now operates completely without me. Yes, I do the trainings, which I do roughly 2 trainings a month, and our action days, which roll out on the first Monday of every month, which is basically a bunch of trainings and resources that are pre-recordings. So any questions that clients have, we'll basically create pre-recordings so that they've got trainings to watch on specific problems to nail. So when it comes to like what I'm responsible from a delivery perspective, I'm responsible for taking X number of trainings per month, and also responsible for the actual pre-recording trainings, the action days. Yep. Besides that, like I'm fully removed from the roadmaps, the accountability, the checking in with clients. Yes. I don't do any of that anymore. So naturally, I've worked my arse off to get to a stage where I'm removed from the delivery, but it still gets results. Yep. I've then moved on to sales, where I want to be removed from sales but still get results. And then systems, that's always been Andy's gig. Like Andy loves all that shit. I don't take anything to do with it. The last thing is marketing, which, to be honest, I don't necessarily want to give it away right now. Yeah. And it's something that I'm continually like obsessing over. I think that is my like unique genius. I love the data side of marketing. I love paid ads. I love copy. I love the funnel structures. Like I love all of that shit. And it's like, I'm big on leaning into your own unique genius, leaning into the own shit that you're fucking incredible 100%. At. And I think when I look at it, delivery processes, like making them exceptional and really wowing people. A book for anyone, by the way, anyone's followed my content's probably sick of me saying this, Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara. If you want to improve your delivery process, make it fucking incredible, wow your clients, make them stay for fucking God knows how long, read that fucking book. Mm-hmm. It's a book all on over-delivering, like just treating your clients fucking incredibly and making them feel amazing. Yep. And that's a book that I built like our delivery process on by living by those things. So when I get compliments, like I had one of the new clients that joined last week, he dropped me a message and he was like, I know we've not spoke yet, but just want to let you know that the whole process since I joined has been so fucking seamless, and just hats off to you for building that. that is the best compliment on the
sick.
fucking planet, bro.
Yeah.
Knowing that I have had nothing to do with the actual step-by-steps of him coming in, but he's fucking loved it.
They recognise what you've fucking built. It's so sick.
Which is sick, man.
I've got a couple questions within the one, because one thing that I'm always so aware of is my health. Like you're with the fucking health twins right now. Like that's what we fucking do. That's the industry we're in. So sufficient sleep, all the kind of health little kind of indicators that you want to keep at a maximum is something that I prioritise over, I think, anything. And business does take a hit when it comes to speaking to people like you. I've got a few restaurant owners and business owners that I know that literally sometimes sleep 4 hours a fucking night, and you're thinking, well, that is to detriment to your health, 100%. So like, how do you just come to terms with the fact that like business will just be a priority and you will maybe detriment the kind of, it's not that you're gonna fucking, like, you might take a little bit of time off the very end of your life. It's not that you're not in horrible health, but like, how do you balance out prioritizing all the good things that accommodate good health and grafting like fuck with the business? And also, do you feel like you could get to the same destination, 6-7 figure business, 8-figure business, and not have to kind of work those crazy hours? Do you feel like it's still possible?
Yeah, I think if I reflect back on the early stages, like I'll show you this like off camera or whatever, I done 250 steps a day during that 250 day window of working on, like, just streaming and working on the business. I did not leave the house, bro. I'll show you the actual like step tracker on my phone.
Going for a piss twice or something.
Literally, bro, going up and down the stairs for food.
Well, you can't spray. Oh, right.
So like literally going up and down the stairs for food and going for a piss. Like I literally barely even left my fucking gaff.
Is that when you were gaming?
That was when, so I'd run the business from 6 until 12, take an hour break, and then stream from 1 until whatever time I went to bed. Yeah. So like when I reflect back on then, funnily enough, I actually done a Thriva blood test after that 250 day window, because I started to, I remember I think it was like I
tried to psychosis.
Yeah, I tried to go for a run, bro, and I used to play football all the way growing up, always had really good cardio levels. Tried to go for a run, mate, and I couldn't even do a lap of the school near my house, and it was really bad, bro. So I done a Thriva blood test, and when it came back, it had my cholesterol levels as highly abnormal for not even just for a 22-year-old, for a genuine young, like, just a guy.
Yeah.
So that's what then kick-started the high performance days. I don't know if you have followed me for as long as when I used to do them. So the thing that I started was basically once a week, non-negotiable. On a Monday, I would get up at 4 a.m, I'd put my clothes on and I'd go a run. I'd come back, I'd cold shower, and then I'd work on the business for 3 hours. And I'd done that every Monday of every week for a year straight. And it just so happened that year that the Mondays fell on Christmas Day and New Year's Day and my birthday.
Mad.
So all 3 of those days I was up at 4, out a run.
Just sleep on point as well at that time?
Yeah, I was in my bed for 8 o'clock each night for like those like high performance days. So that was the thing that kick-started that, because I was like, I can't, what the fuck's the point of me doing all this shit? I'm just going to be fucking...
You're going to be dead. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally. So now it's interesting, because I know that what really gets me going is like the business-related shit. Like I love this stuff. Like I came into this, I don't even think you would have felt it, right? But I came into this podcast with a relatively dull headache and feeling pretty zapped, even though I took a slower morning.
Yeah.
As soon as we get talking, gone.
You're on it, yeah.
So I know that this shit fuels me, and like really, this is the shit that I love, and I'll lean into that. So I build majority of the health related stuff around like serving me from a business perspective. That's how I have to like make it make sense within my brain. So for example, best time for me to go to the gym, midday split. Why? Because I can split up my workload where I can work from 6 a.m. until 12, get a bit of lunch, go to the gym, come back, boom, another workload.
Yep.
And it's because I'm able to take some time away to mentally reset. Because if I just continue working throughout the whole day, I'll just turn into a zombie anyways.
Yeah, 100%.
So, for example, most optimal time for me to go to the gym, midday split, I'll do that 4 times a week. Class. Other aspects as well, I sleep far better when I have raised my heart rate. I imagine that's probably the same for majority of people.
Yeah.
So, for example, just now, I'm badminton like 2 times a week. Usually I play 5s on a Friday, but I kind of fucked my ankle, so process. Maybe you can help me with that.
Of course.
Like I know that I sleep better when I like work out or do anything of that nature. Primarily cardio related is what really serves me from a sleep
100%.
perspective. But once again, it's like I'll just gamify it all, where I'll link all this shit to, okay, if I sleep better, I'm going to be more optimal, which means I'm going to think better, which says, boom, business is going to go like that. So I've just molded it into all contributing towards the one common goal of what I want to achieve, while also knowing in the back of my mind that it's important anyways. Because why am I doing all this anyways?
So you've aligned your daily to weekly intentions with your priorities, which is business at the moment.
So you made the sacrifices like prior.
Yep.
And it's got you to where you are today.
So part of the question's not been answered though. So
I'm fucking about to finish it, brother. I'm the one asking the question.
Fucking
Shut the fuck up.
If you don't ask it, I'm going to punch you in the face.
So you make the sacrifices prior. Obviously, it's got you to where you are today. Amazing. You're fucking smashing it. You're in such an amazing position. If you could go back and give yourself maybe the extra sleep X, what you said, where do you think you would be now? And would you do it if you knew you could optimize health for the long term and still get to that same place, maybe a couple of years later? Would you still do exactly what you've done today? Because it's hard to say, because when you're like older, like 70, 80, 90, that's what I'm talking about, like the later life. But is that something that it's quite hard
also,
to like
what John's done has got him to where he is now, so to look back and regret that doesn't really make sense.
Well, not regret. Did I say regret?
Not regret, but like, would he change it? That means that he regrets to have to change it. Like, I mean, like, he wouldn't.
Well, let's change the question. Do you think you could get to the same destination, whether it takes longer or fucking shorter, with more priority around like perfect sleep all the time, not the crazy nights, the sprints that you do? Do you feel like you could still get to the same destination, or do you feel like that intensity in a shorter period of time creates more momentum than you ever could not doing that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I think to not answer the question directly, those sprints definitely accommodate like sufficient sleep, gym, like those sorts of things are included within that, because I now understand that for me to be most optimal, these things need to be included anyways.
Sick.
So back then I didn't understand that. So like one of the things that I think it comes back to is like leverage. So actually going to the gym, doing some sort of sports, getting sufficient sleep are all like huge levers that if you pull, or if I pull, I'm more optimal from a business perspective. I'm far better. I operate in a fucking far better fucking wavelength. I solve far bigger problems and I think way more clearly. And a great example of that, if I flashback to that 250-day window where I didn't fucking leave my house, when I was 15, my appendix burst when I was just like, also just fucking happens naturally anyways. But my appendix burst, they had to like emergency operate on me. I'd like hid it from my family for like 2 days where I just pretended that I was fine, but I hadn't slept for 48 hours. And it basically got to a stage where I was like borderline just about to collapse. And my gran came in and then kind of like guided me to the hospital, done a fucking piss test, and they were like, he needs to go into emergency operation right now, otherwise he's going to die. So that literally happened at 15, right? See, whenever I'm stressed or like mentally drained or I've ran myself into the ground, my right side of my stomach will literally be sore.
Give you pain?
Like the appendicitis is back, even though it's not.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I've took it as like a stress indicator.
Stress response,
I've took it as like your body is telling you that you're taking the fucking piss and you should chill the fuck out. So see, during that 250-day window, remember I was staying at Bex's house, and I woke up in the morning and I was just like, fuck man, I feel fucking sore, and I felt like I had a bit of a headache. I kind of felt a bit nauseous. All things that I was feeling when I had like appendicitis. I remember Googling it, being like,
Can this
happen again? And it was like, well, no, if your appendix is burst, it's fucking gone. Burst. So how the fuck can it be there? So literally fucking basically got home that day, told my mum, she was like, yeah, you should probably chill out a bit, to be fair. And I was like, well, I've got 2 meetings and then I'll just stream for 5 hours today rather than do my usual 10 hours. So I'll just chill on it and I'll just do 5. Had this second meeting, and while I was on the meeting, I was looking at myself in the camera and I was chalk white, mate. And I was literally like, I'm going to be sick. Like, I'm literally going to be sick. And this guy's just looking at me and he was talking. He then finished talking and I didn't respond. And he was like, you all right, bro? And I was like, nah, I feel fucked, like mentally fucked. And he was like, let's just reschedule. Like, we didn't have to take this call. It's cool, man. We can just reschedule for next week. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want to let you down though. And he was like, oh, it's fine. Just take time for yourself. I was like, cool, thank you, bro. Ended the call. Ran to the toilet, sat on the floor, and I wasn't even sick, bro. It got to a stage where I was sitting down for about 10 minutes, burst out crying on the floor. And I was just like profusely crying, and my mum then came up and was like, what the fuck is going on?
What age were you then?
Like 21.
feel like it's like almost trauma attached to that horrible feeling of just ill health.
It was,
when you were
bro, I
15.
was literally just so mentally fucked that I was like, I probably felt like I had so much on my plate because I was half arsing two things, right? Well, partially trying to full arse two things. Like thinking in my mind I'm full arsing two things, but in fact I am still half arsing two things, so we've only got so much output that we can give.
Yeah.
So I was giving my fucking all to two things, and it just got to a stage of what people would class as like burnout, where I was sitting there and I was so mentally drained that my body was fucking basically repulsing against anything I wanted to do. And then after that passed, I just had this fucking overwhelming feeling of just wanting to cry. And literally just, I remember just crying, and my mum was like, cool, I'm fucking stamping down like you're a kid again. No fucking stream, no fucking calls, chill the fuck out, I'll cook you lunch and dinner, and then we go again on Monday. And that was on like the Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, like fairs. See, when I woke up on the Monday and I showered, bro, I solved 3 of the biggest bottlenecks that we had within the business in a 20-minute shower.
It's crazy.
And that was the turning point of leverage, to come back to the same point. With rest and recovery, you solve bigger problems in a far faster time frame. So, for example, I'm going to Jamaica on Saturday for like 9 days or whatever it is, and I know that I am going to solve something pretty fucking drastic that's going to change the trajectory of the business through just creating space.
Giving yourself presence.
Yeah, literally just creating space. So when I think back to that question, it's like one of the most important lessons I learned off the back of that was the importance of rest and recovery and not getting caught up in the whole 18 hours a day, fucking never give yourself any space to think. And also now getting to a stage where I've got a team, see if you don't create that space, you do not solve the real fucking problems that need solved, because you're constantly in the weeds of shit that you don't even need to be in. So you're actually just end up bugging your team as well. Like when I'm saying to Jack, do you want me to take a sales call? And he's like, sure. But at the same time, it's like, do I really need to fucking take the sales call? Why the fuck? Like, why am I even fucking stepping in with that shit? And it's the same with the delivery stuff. If I say to Andy, okay, a client's got a problem, or at a stage where it seems like I'm the best person to solve that, I'll just take the call. It's like I'm just taking shit off their plate that they're more than fucking capable of solving themselves, that really are potentially going to be solved better without me being involved. And that's the thing as well, when you're a worker bee and you want to just be fucking working all the time, you will find shit to do that will actually be like almost detrimental. So the biggest lesson I learned for that time period was the importance of using rest and recovery, having sufficient sleep, getting fucking active, so that it all then contributes to the one thing that matters most. And rather than seeing like 70-hour weeks as like this fucking symbol of work, like working or doing good shit, it's like, now it's mad. Like I was having this conversation with one of my we've got an advisor, Lawrence, who is also a client. It's a interjected relationship. Lawrence scaled a multiple 7-figure business and exited it at the start of this year. He has been an investor in YNL since October of last year, and a part of his role as an investor is to help me as a visionary get clearer on the vision as thing goes on and help us build on the business. One of the things we have in a monthly time period is a visionary dinner. We will go out and we will specifically talk about where the business is at and where we want to take it, and make sure that it's continuing to move towards that. And that dinner alone, like, is one of the highest points of leverage I have every single fucking month. Because I sit for 5 hours and I fucking just talk about where I want to take the business. Majority of people, when they're stuck in the workabee shit, they just are so stuck working in the business all the fucking time that they blink and they're fucking 25, like me now. Like when I left when I was 19, it just feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah, mad.
And it's just the same shit. So space is super important. Leverage is what came from it. Would I change it? Probably not. And I do believe it's made me what I am today, but it's because I've been able to distill down the important lessons from it. If I didn't, and it was just like, oh yeah, man, I just worked for 250 days and I needed to do that, I probably didn't. Yeah,
for sure. So if you knew what you know now, you probably wouldn't have had to put yourself through that and still achieve the same things, maybe like, more.
Exactly, because like, cool, YNL's getting to a stage now where multiple facets of the business can operate without me. See, I opt into another business. Am I going to have to do the same shit to start it? Absolutely not. I can do it with like I can do it in a way lesser time frame, with way less hours, and deploy a team in the right way so that it can get to multiple 5-figure months in probably fucking like 1/8 of the fucking time that I did with YNL.
Crazy.
So, yeah, it's mad. So you would agree that if someone was trying to build a business and scale it, you're definitely going to be operating better if you do prioritize health and going to the gym and sleep and diet and these kind of things.
Because, bro, I feel a level of guilt. See, when I'm like taking time out to go for a sauna, I'm like, oh fuck, I should be back doing some sort of fucking work. But the longevity you get from, say, things like saunas, like when it comes to when I do have millions of pounds and I can enjoy that, I want the last of my life to be fulfilled with just good fucking health. So yeah, I'm gonna completely strip any guilt away. I'm gonna go for my saunas now.
100%. I fucking love a sauna, mate, as well. Yeah. Saunas are fucking sick. Like, see, in terms of like something that gives me peace of mind. Yes. I don't know what that is about a sauna. I'm not looking at the actual fucking. You'll have way more actual knowledge on that side of things, but like, see the peace of mind I feel and the calmness afterwards. It's like a genuine mental. It's like an actual. It's like charging me, like putting a battery charger in me. I'm like back to sufficient standard.
Because you're being mindful. There's no distractions. You're literally in your head. See, what advice would you give to someone that's wanting to start a business, a career? Because like these days, it's like e-com, dropshipping. It's all these fucking random things. Me and Jack have taken more of a kind of purpose-filled route with the career. It's a little bit more of a slow burner. I wouldn't say like coaching and therapy is like you're going to make 6 figures in your first year. You're probably going to have to really build the brand and build the credibility. And it's a lot more, I would say, purpose-filled than doing like an e-commerce fucking or an online store.
Selling fucking nappies.
Where's the purpose of selling dog toys? I mean, there's not, but it's more of a slow burner, and that's the route that we've taken, but we know that the millions are going to be part of the future. What advice would you give to someone that's making that decision? Because it is, the quick cash is there. If you want to do online, an e-com store, within probably 18 months, you could be making fucking 10k a month. Yeah. What advice would you give to someone that's younger making that decision?
Firstly, is getting clear on like how important money really actually like is to you. Because if it's super fucking important, then and it's actually far more important than what it is that you do, then optimizing for that could make sense. What I will say though is that like used to doing businesses that you're far more driven by results in you becoming experts within that space because you're driven by it. That level of expertise then gets attached to your reputation. And then, weirdly enough, whatever business you go into, you're going to have that level of expertise naturally hanging over you. Sick. So it's like, when I look at like YNL, was that the best model to start the first business? Absolutely fucking not, bro, if I was optimizing for cash. But what has actually happened is that over the course of that 4-year window of running it, I have been exposed to hundreds of young entrepreneurs, hundreds of different businesses, hundreds of different problems, hundreds of different solutions that has then gave me the knowledge to understand that I can go into any business and have a massive positive impact on it. And it's like what you are doing just now, there's so many parts that are just like, they can relate to any business. It's the thing, like there's going to be so many crossovers. Like where it starts to get a bit techie is like B2C versus B2B. Yeah. There's huge differences in that. I hear that. But there is also, like there's a natural foundation of like, business is fucking business. And it's like, if you're hugely driven by something, you're going to work your arse off to be incredible at it. And if you work your arse off to be incredible at it, cash comes as a byproduct anyways. And then opportunities come as a byproduct anyways. Like, see the podcast you are doing just now, for example, the guests you have had on. Like, I've had guests on, mate, where, like, off the back of chatting with them and off the back of just shooting the shit, joint ventures have came of it, opportunities have came of it, clients have been signed off the back of it. Why? Because the knowledge I've obtained through running the business that I am is opening doors for me to go and do other shit. The same way the businesses you're currently running, it's going to open the same doors. It's going to open 100%. Up for other people that want to work with you, not because of necessarily, well, yeah, because of what you've achieved, but also who you are as a person. And I think that's a huge component as well. Like values is fucking crucial.
There's a reason why obviously Kyle wanted to message you and reach out to you. It's just like, it's fucking real recognize real. You always hear that, but it is crazy to think that the right people find the right people in the end, man. It's fucking mental.
So your advice would be then, like to whoever's kind of listening, it probably is a good idea to think about something that, like go with something that means a lot to you, and it's going to cause you to become really good at it and making money as a byproduct.
Yeah, getting clear on like what it is that you actually really want. If you genuinely only give a fuck about money and you're like, you have taken the time to really try and understand like other different facets of businesses in regards to, do I want to be a physio? Do I want to be a coach? Do I want to run a marketing agency? Do I want to run an e-com business? Do I want to be a clinical psychologist? Like all of these different questions. If you genuinely run through all of them and you're just like, nah, I'm not really that arsed about it, and the only thing you genuinely do care about is money, then no matter what, you have to obtain the knowledge to be able to scale a business. The reward that comes out the other end. So, for example, if I'm looking from a time frame perspective, it took me 4 years to get to a stage where the company's in multiple 5 figures and it's getting to a stage where it can operate without me. Now I can go and start any business and get it there in 1/8 of the time. I can get it there in 6 months rather than 4 years. But I still had to develop the level of foundation. So to answer your question, I don't even think it really matters.
Just start. Just take
fucking
action.
start, man. Start and get around the right people, mate. And like through starting, you will gain the knowledge that you need to know, to be able to identify opportunities. It's like I got approached for a joint venture on Sunday for similar model as mine for a different niche. And this guy has ran like 8-figure companies in different niches prior. And because of the type of business that we run, he feels like he could plug really well into what it is that he's doing. With something like that, it's like I could say yes to that and opt into that. But if we're going back to like where does that actually stem from, it's just stem from me just taking action on doing networking events with fucking footballers for random. Mate, I had clients, bro. I'll never forget. I had a client that was 95 years old coming to a young entrepreneurs networking event where his son had to fucking open the laptop for him and mute him. Like I literally, that started with networking events.
How did you reach out to him? How the fuck did
it
he
naturally happen, bro? Because it's just a volume game when you're hosting networking events.
He's like, I want to be young and lazy. Fucking 95 years old.
Young and lazy. It's not.
Still holding on. Still holding on.
Mindset.
But see the amount of like.
Can't wipe his on arse.
Literally, bro. It's like
grandson's wiping his arse for him.
When I look at like starting then and like what it's became now,
yep.
It's night and fucking day. But it's like the most important thing was that I just fucking started. Never gave up. I pushed through all the shit times. Asked for help when it mattered, and eventually it's compounded into me having the knowledge I need to go into any business I want to go into and have an impact.
Because that's the thing.
I was going to say something better than you.
Say it then.
So you started business though with a problem you wanted to fix. There was passion behind fixing that problem. So good thing for anyone listening. If there's a problem, like when you're thinking about your purpose and how to align with it and what career to go into, think about problems in the world that you fucking hate, problems that you want to fucking solve, things that you would ideally serve your time towards fixing and helping, right? That's probably a really good direction to look in for your career and your purpose. And if you start aligning with that, you're going to have a much more fulfilled life because you're solving a problem that you passionately care about solving rather than just looking for money. Because I would argue it's probably more than likely that if you want money, you probably are more so wanting the freedom or the options that money gives you. So that's not going to fulfill you long term at all. You can make 10 grand a month, but when the 10 grand a month happens, I doubt the fulfillment's going to be there if you're not solving a problem that you really care about. So just think about that.
100%.
What I would say is like a real-time example of looking at things maybe a little bit differently is when it comes to solving problems, right? Let's say you've probably seen it because you've probably got a million fucking ads about it, but how many market agencies have you been served ads from that start the ad in the exact same way? Anyone know what I'm thinking already? Do you want 12 to 18 price qualified appointments in your fucking calendar, right? Same old shit.
Yep.
One of the conversations I've been having with so many of our market agency clients just now is how the fuck do you stand out when the same old shit is just like being said? And it's like when it comes to a problem that you're solving, right? If you decide to start a business to solve a problem that you're currently experiencing, see taking that mindset into every aspect of business, where it's like everything that you're doing, like I said, every problem has a price tag to it. Either if you don't solve it, it's going to cost you money. If you do solve it, you're going to make a shit ton of dough off the back of it. So when it comes to that opportunity there, right? Our client, Nick, fucking incredible guy. When it comes to marketing wise, he has helped us get our paid ads to where they are today. We're extremely profitable. We know that as soon as the machine turns on, we get leads, we get applications, and we sign clients. That's came off the back of, yes, doing the Iron program, yes, learning from Gary, but also having help from Nick. Nick, from a knowledge perspective of paid ads, is an absolute fucking joke. He's an obsessive. He has been for 4 or 5 years. And when it comes to this guy, I've been working one-to-one with him as like a high-ticket client since like January, so like 9 months. When we first started working together, which actually earlier stages would have been like October-ish last year, but January was when we took the next step. So in October time, we started working together. He was doing about 7 grand a month. As of right now, Nick is going to be touching 30 grand a month, there or thereabout, and he's got a clear path to 50k a month, right? Biggest thing we leaned into was that exact problem, which is that everyone is offering 12 to 18 price qualified fucking appointments, commission only, don't need to pay a fee, blah de blah de blah, same old shit, right? biggest thing I said to Nick was, if I stick you side by side with one of them, and you were to both talk for 30 minutes about fucking marketing, and they could ask any question, so that the audience could ask any question about marketing, you would stand out head and fucking toe above everyone else. So the idea we basically come up with was, we called it a show and tell funnel, which was like, make a promise that is ridiculous on the front end, that is actually in the form of a case study, and showcase how the fuck you made that happen. And offer them to go and implement it themselves, or offer to do it for them. Because they're going to look at that and they're going to think, holy shit, I need to do a fucking lot to make that happen, right? So when it comes to Nick, as soon as we implemented that, funnel started blowing up, started getting a ridiculous amount of book calls, right? And the promise on the front end, which is roughly along the lines of like, gain access to an unknown strategy that does 750k in 12 months for one of our clients, something along those lines. Since running that, like Nick, from an authority perspective, but also from an aspect of the type of prospects he's attracting, or you're talking like anywhere from 50k to 6 figures a month in home improvement companies, like with ease. But if you look at the other commission only, 12 to 18, all of that points towards what problem are they solving? They're trying to solve the problem of gaining.
Just starting basically
just individuals that are in the very early stages, because they don't have the funds to pay someone up front. They have to just only do it on a commission only basis.
Yep.
Whereas Nick's model, which is like pay per setup into a retainer, that is so far the other end of the spectrum, but through his marketing strategy, through actually positioning himself as a fucking authority, is then optimized for him gaining leads at a fucking far greater scale, at a far higher quality than all the commission only fuckers. And it's like, when we're thinking about starting a business to solve a problem, if you do that, just know that that mindset is going to allow for you to basically solve any problem that comes in your path. And that's how I look at fucking everything. Like that price tag thing is like, I've not got that from anyone. I've literally just sat and materialized thoughts. Like you sent me a message over the weekend where you were like, this is a guy that thinks a lot or something like that, when it was like the story I put up. And it's like, that's came from me just continually looking at things as like, that sales problem, for example, that we were having where I was having to hop on to close. It's like, the price tag associated with that isn't just cash, that's freedom. And it's also, cool, I'm going to Jamaica on Saturday. If the company isn't selling without me, the company's not going to make any money while I'm in Jamaica. Just a monthly recurring, that's it. Which, in terms of the problem we're solving for, the price tag, fucking huge, because the company doesn't grow without me being there.
For sure.
Which is a shambles. So, just as a little caveat to that whole, like, choosing a fucking business based on a problem to solve, take that mindset, apply it to fucking everything that's in front of you.
So funny you said it's a shambles. Like, the standards you obviously have in your fucking head is amazing. But that's why I love thinking about how there's a million ways to the top. And, like, everyone we speak to and have spoken to that is successful financially in their industry or the way they've got to it, it's all been entirely, the business principles are there to follow, all that kind of stuff, but the way you get to the top of what you want to be is there's a million ways to do it. What are some of the kind of, obviously the clients you're working with, is the kind of financial position they're in, because obviously your bio 5 to 6 figures, are they starting on 4 figures? Are they already, are quite a lot of them already 5 figures going up to 6? Or, because if they are, regardless of what they are, what are some of the kind of biggest hurdles those clients come to you with that you need to overcome for them?
So we've got about 70 clients just now. So to answer the initial question, 70 clients just now, 15 to 20 of them are all doing over 5 figures per month. Some are doing over 6 figures per month.
Just turnover, obviously.
Yeah. When it looks at like the other 40 to 50, most of them are just doing 4 figures a month. Some of them at very early stages. In terms of the optimal client for us, someone that's already got a business that is generating cash, that like has something already. So if someone comes to us and it's just an idea, it's going to take a good amount of fucking time for them to start seeing a return on investment on that. It's just the reality. They have to take a lot of action to get to a stage of having cash in pocket. So in terms of like anyone that's going to generate the best ROI from YNL, if they're doing 2 to 3 grand a month, they've got a base of clients already, and they actually have a service, they're the type of people that are going to get the most value from YNL. In regards to the entrepreneurs that are doing 5 and 6 figures a month, a lot of those guys actually buy into YNL purely for the community aspect, which is very ironic given what we went to Phil to solve. But a lot of these guys value community so much that they will happily pay a retainer and come to sessions for.
Nice.
The biggest thing that we had to change with that though was, fun enough, a lesson from Phil I learned like a year and a half ago through a piece of his content. Treating your coaching programs or treating your mastermind groups like school. You cannot have primary 7s and with primary 4s. You cannot have primary 4s and with primary 1s. They're at completely different levels. They have completely different problems. They have completely different things to discuss.
Yep.
So that's segmented. So Young and Lazy is like entrepreneurs less than 5 figures a month. Above that is the Immortals, which is entrepreneurs doing 5 and 6 figures per month. And they are basically, for them, it's like community. They see it as like a board. They have like a board of other entrepreneurs that are at the same level that can give feedback and
Bounce
guidance
off,
and find. And then within that, there's a handful of clients that will come to me personally for one-to-one consultancy and work with. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah. So like 4 to 5 though, because like that is, I think, the biggest jump in a lot of people's careers, because a lot of people don't get to 6 figures a month. It's quite a fucking big number.
Oh, of course.
So like crossing the 10k barrier for a lot of people that you've dealt with, what are some of the kind of things that even mental barriers they had, like if that's a good enough question?
For sure. So if we make it from an aspect of, let's say, like 5 different facets then. So mindset, marketing, sales, delivery, and like systems, right? So if we look from a mindset perspective, action is like the biggest differentiator from everyone else. So regardless of how you feel, if you take action, then you're on for a fucking winner.
100%.
Any clients that have came in that maybe haven't hit the ground running or just been slower burners, they've not taken action anywhere near as fast as anyone else. I think as well, leaning on individuals for help and guidance, but not going too far on that end of the spectrum where you just have them solve everything fucking for you. There's a balancing act of action plus asking for help whenever is necessary. So from a mindset perspective, you need to be 1, willing to take fucking action, and 2, be willing to ask for help when you need it, because you're not going to have all the answers. And I think that's a big thing as well. We've had some applications come through. I remember Jack actually told me, I think it was like last week, a guy came through, had his application form. What was your biggest challenge? None. Right? And he was doing $5,000 a month. Right? None. I'm like, okay, cool.
Leave.
Jack then reaches out to him. He's like, what's happening, bro? Just also, I know you've booked a call in for this time with me. Is it okay if I ask you a few more questions about the application? Yep. You said that you had no challenge. I'm curious about that. Like, what was the kind of thought process around that? Obviously, super soft, like super welcoming. And he was like, just got none, bro. Just want community. Like, okay, cool. And then he tried to ask it from a different angle. So he was like, interesting. So do you feel like you've kind of got like all the knowledge and information you need right now? Because I'm just asking that because you're doing $5,000 a month. And he came back, like I said, bro, on the application, I don't have any challenges. Why do you keep asking me that? And Jack then goes back to him and he's like, look, bro, I'm just trying to understand as much as I can ahead of the call, because we're not just a community. We help with further things.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stack the value for you to make sure that you know that you're going to get more than your money's worth. And he came back saying, well, I'll tell you something, bro, just do your job and take the call with the application.
What?
And I said to Jack, I was like, get him so far to fuck, bro. Get that call cancelled and just tell him that it's not the right fucking fit for him.
That's crazy, bro.
So I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. So from a mindset perspective, like action, asking for help when you fucking need it. You're not going to have all the answers.
Yep.
Like the biggest differentiator for that for me, Lawrence, who's obviously on our board now, he joined us about 2 years ago as a client. And at that time, he was already doing 6 figures a month, right? And he was our first 6 figures a month client. And I remember I took him for dinner. He was like, out of curiosity, by the way, I've got this problem just now with a team member. What would you do? And then insert scenario.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the fuck are you asking me? And he was like, because like I can see like our values are aligned. I think you look at things similar to me. What would you do in this scenario? And I was like, well, can I distill down to a solution? And he was like, yeah, that's pretty fucking bang on the money. I'm going to implement that. I'll let you know how it goes on. Went and implemented it, was fucking class.
Smashed.
And then from there, he just continued to come to me for things. And I was like, interesting. You compare a 5k a month guy who says he's got no challenges, it can't be helped. Then you've got a guy that's doing 6 figures a month who then goes on to exit that multiple 7-figure business at the start of this year, who's asking me for help at a stage where we were probably doing less than 5 figures a month. And it's like action and being willing to fucking ask for help and understand, and stripping back the ego, getting that to fuck.
Yeah, it's ego and ignorance, bro. That's what it is.
100%. Like Hermosa has a lot of content on like ignorance tax. It's huge. Like it's a huge component. Marketing wise, if we go from the mindset to the marketing piece, making it your mission to create a predictable acquisition machine. So for me, for example, I was obsessed with choosing a fighter. So I have that language within YNL. Choose your fighter. Is that fighter going to be outbound? Is that fighter going to be content? Is that fighter going to be paid ads? Is that fighter going to be email marketing? What is it going to be? In whatever fighter you choose, do your fucking research on all of them and understand what actually is the best fit for your business and what you actually want to do. Once I'd done all that, I chose two things. One, I was going to do outbound because people already knew me and it was just the easiest thing to do that didn't cost money, but it cost time. And the second thing was paid ads. And I was shit at paid ads, but I was willing to learn. I worked my arse off for the last 2 years to get better at both of those things, to get a predictable acquisition machine. We now spend $2 to $3 grand a month and we get on average 250 to 300 leads and 100 to 150 applications a month. Predictable.
On paid ads.
Paid ads plus organic plus we're big now on, we've evolved to a stage where it's multi-level marketing, i.e. the amount of cross-referencing is fucking bizarre. So it's we'll have someone sign up for a paid ad and they'll be like, oh, I've watched your podcast, bro. Then someone that watches a podcast will maybe see a post from me on LinkedIn and go, oh, that's the podcast guy.
Yeah.
And then they'll then register through my LinkedIn. And then Jack will up on a call and say, oh, where did you find us, by the way? Oh, I've been watching John's podcast for years.
Yeah, okay.
And it's fuck. So for me, I was big from a marketing perspective of choosing a fighter to begin with and then stacking the deck of things to actually do. So it was outbound strategy, combined with paid ads, combined with long form, which is more that we're evolving into. The podcast has done great. We're going to continue to push that. But we want to now do email list and longer form content as well. All those things are kind of what I said with the Nick example.
Yep.
Long form is the biggest trust builder nowadays. There's too much short form shite. There's too much 30-second ads that
100%.
promise the world without any trust or authority or results. So from a marketing perspective, if you're early stages, choose your fucking fighter. If you're skimp for cash, choose something that you can do that is a time component rather than a cash component. Probably going to be outbound to some sort of capacity. Yep. For me, I started on LinkedIn because it's the easiest to grow, because if you just engage with other people, your comments get pushed. And if you're posting daily content, other people then comment on your shit and it also gets pushed. And if you do 5 to 10 connections a day with ideal clients, so for me it was easy because it was young entrepreneurs, that will start to compound over time. And what I've done to get started on there, I sent 5 video messages a day, 25 a week, 100 a month for 15 months. And I basically sent 1,500 personalised video messages. I basically had 3 rules with them. First one, see if I remember them because I've done them fucking ages ago. First one was all about them. Second one was nothing about me. And third one was never ask for anything. So an aspect of or an example of a video message would be, hey Jack, I know we've been connected for a couple of days now. If I look through your content, I love this, I love that, I love that representee. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of your content, man, and I'm just buzzing that we're connected. Have an incredible day.
Yeah, no attachments, just
nothing.
A little bit of value.
Nothing. And it was just video message. I was so comfortable on camera because of the game and stuff. So I was so natural on camera anyways.
Sick.
So it was people were able to feel the genuineness through the actual.
You send them a video?
Yeah, so I'd literally just record on my phone.
Sick.
And just send it. So
I send voice notes, but would you say an actual video quite effective?
It's more personal, isn't it?
More personal. They're able to actually see you. And LinkedIn.
Was this your outreach to leads, prospects?
Yeah, so it's just young entrepreneurs on LinkedIn. That was the platform I started on. So it was just
Sick.
how many video messages can I send? And I just set a basic KPI, which was just you want to build a habit, don't overshoot it and make it something fucking crazy. 5 a day. It would take me 30 minutes in the morning, boom, get up, do it, done. And it was this compounding. There's a lot of language now, which when I reflect back on it, it's the same shit. A lot of people optimize for outcomes, i.e., I want more leads, right? That's an outcome.
Yep.
But you really need to optimize for the inputs that get you the outcome.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I was doing then was just doing an input, 5 video messages a day. And eventually it would contribute to clients. So Nick Garrity, our highest paying client of all time, because he's went from YNL into the Immortals into one-to-one consultancy, came through one of those video messages.
That's crazy, bro. That's actually mental, isn't it?
So
it's just connecting. It doesn't fucking matter how. I always talk about how some people we know are ultra famous now, and where you first knew them from, they're not the same person anymore. They've changed their perception, but they've gained the attention over time to then cultivate that kind of audience into what they want them to know them for. Look at KSI, for example, just little fucking. They're doing fucking rape face FIFA videos and shit, and now he's the boxer, rapper, prime. Do you know what I mean? So would you say that it's quite, when it comes to, but obviously you don't want to build foundations of your reputation on shite, but would you say there is some relevance of just getting out there and being a bit controversial and gaining some traction in a valuable way? No.
So I have massive respect for both of you boys because you don't give a fuck and you just put content out regardless.
Sure. Yeah.
And I like that's something that when you say like real, recognize real, you've got to have balls to fucking do that.
Yeah.
And it's probably something that when I reflect back on my like starting out on LinkedIn, that was a platform where nobody knew me. And I seen that as, I classed it as an opportunity, but in fact I was just hiding from judgment. I was hiding from people from school. I was hiding from all the shit that like you naturally grow up just like falling victim to. And when it comes to like the controversy side of things, I've never leaned into it because when I reflect on like how I started, I definitely just didn't have the balls to lead into it. Mm. But if you look at like all the stuff that we spoke about today, large amount of it, a lot of people would disagree with just naturally. And it's just because when you actually start to lean into your own authentic truth, you start to attract people that are like just like you. Yeah, and those people, bro, will pay far more for your service. They'll resonate far more with you than those that just kind of like sit in the fence and don't really stand for anything. Biggest thing for my content, bro, when I'm doing talking to camera stuff, I definitely come across at times, which I'm aware of, as being quite vanilla. Right. But environments like this bring out the true, authentic fucking truth of what I really think. Mm. And it's something that, when I think about the controversial side of things, just speaking your truth, naturally it's going to be controversial. But my style from an aspect of like, am I going to sit there and come up with a controversial hook to go viral? I'm not really going to do. Yeah. But to just sit and speak my truth, though, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, regardless, yeah, cool, sick.
There needs to be an element of playing the game, though, doesn't there? Because see, with content, I'm like, I will just, but then I'm expecting people to listen to me because I know what I'm saying is good, and I like being authentic. But I feel like, is that detrimental to the growth of my page, though?
Doesn't favour the algorithm sometimes. Doesn't favour the algorithm just being your authentic self. You need to play the game.
So like sometimes you've got that in your head where like, do I just do the viral shit? But going back to the initial question, so we're going on to sales after marketing.
Yeah. To just like one final answer on that, it's like I optimize a lot for reputation, just naturally over like a compounding asset. That's one thing that I've started to recognize is just like so like I've always wanted to be a good guy that obviously has a good reputation. But see the amount of opportunities that are now coming, being actually known as that guy, but also having proof behind that guy.
For sure.
The doors that has opened, as opposed to me just trying to go viral, has been like hugely beneficial now. But at those earlier stages, it was so much of a slower burner, bro.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. 100%. So like playing the game, like at those earlier stages, combining that with building a killer reputation could be a pretty good strategy.
Because it's not like, I'm not even saying going viral off of something that's like just complete fucking lies and bullshit. It's just like doing something that's a bit controversial. Like we've got a few little tricks up our sleeve that we're going to be thinking of doing. Even little things like random public interviews. Yep. Like, have you seen that Restocked by?
I've not seen them, bro. Now.
Have you not seen the public interviews? You stand at Ibrox.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You know exactly because every cunt's seen them.
Yeah,
that's our
Shout
guy.
Out to
Finley, our fucking guy. We love him so much. But it's actually crazy to see that something as little as random public interviews, putting yourself in the kind of the heat a little bit. People love to fucking watch that shit, man. Yeah, they love the controversy of like someone maybe disagreeing with them. He's wearing like a green tracksuit to fucking Ibrox. Like cunts just love the drama, don't they, man?
I mean, there's a part of it like where like the news is the news. Like the news is the biggest, or was the biggest like public fucking outlet for people like consuming the fucking day-to-day news or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a reason that shit's been structured that way. Like, think about how we analyze content and ads. These guys have teams of thousands plus millions, if not fucking billions of cash behind them to optimize for what gets people to watch.
Yep.
There's a reason why it's crisis mode all the time when you turn on the news. It's the same shit. So it's like people are buying into crisis the same way people will watch fucking Celebrity Big Brother because they want to see controversy and drama. Yep. There's a reason why like my mum will still watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just drama and just shit. It's just like, it's there's a natural game to it. But
humans are also nosy cunts as well. So see when you were saying about long form landing better though.
Yeah.
A lot of people like, we need to start vlogging more just like we're just vlogging when we're out. Because a lot of people just love the insight and like, I don't know if it's they're picking apart things like trying to see fuck ups or trying to be negative in that way, or they just try to connect with the person personally. But I think long form content like these days, bro, is definitely when you're talking about the reputation, being authentic, it's the best way to get across, man. 100%. People love it as well.
How do you come up? How do you overcome? Sorry, nearly fucking choked on my tongue.
Come over.
If I have a stroke, roll me on my side. How do you overcome just the over consumerism of everything? Because your business is online, so how do you separate? Do you have two different phones? Like, how do you separate all the personal notifications on your phone versus all the business, and not do you scroll like all that kind of stuff? How much control or how do you gain control over like the scrolling aspect of life? Because we're all over consumed. It's just like how you deal with it.
So I've got no notifications on my phone.
Right, cool.
Like all of them are turned off. I've been able to get to a stage where the business can operate without me. Like I've set the right boundaries in place also, where it's like, if there's an emergency, then phone me. So my notifications are off for all text messages, but if you phone me, it will come through. So that kind of like level of boundary means that I don't go like, because the amount of notifications you get is fucking ridiculous. Bro.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's honestly fucked. So they're off on every platform. I have Reese manages my Instagram and my LinkedIn now as well. So anything that's like for example, we had a hot lead come through today. Incredible guy, super engaged. We have like a pre-call loom that we send people where it's like, look, you want to see properly behind the curtains of YNL and what it looks like. We've got a loom that runs through the full shebang. It's me that does it, and we can send that over to you. This guy watched the loom, super engaged, wanted a call ASAP Rocky, like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Reese then texts me, hey, by the way, X is super hot, hop on, drop him a voice note, basically sell the call, and then I'll pass it to Jack. Cool. Pick up my phone, go on, drop a voice note, go back off.
So without that system, you would probably lose potential leads.
Yeah, because like leads require speed.
Yeah.
Like speed is like one of the biggest like either killers or fuelers of like sales. If you've got zero speed, like I drill into Reese all the time. I'm like, Reese, if you're managing that shit, like I'm sorry to say, bro, you're probably going to be on that a lot.
Yeah. And
it's probably not really aligned with what like how Reese operates, but he understands the long term vision of like if he nails that shit, then we bring in a VA, we bring in a team that can easily do it for us.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, does that answer your question?
100%, because I get client messages every day, new people, X, Y fucking Z, I need to do it. So for me to turn my notifications off, I need to outsource that. Would you say that probably?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I would say so.
Get the girlfriend on it.
You'd be so, mate, and the thing is, bro, there's people that genuinely love that shit. I think that's another component. Like your girlfriend would probably really enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Personal assistant very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Gonna hire, because like all the little tasks that stop me from working on the business and staying in the little holes of just in the business, it's stopping me from growing, and I know it is.
What I would say from like a client's perspective is like a definitely time block reply time periods.
Have time. Okay.
So like leads and stuff like that, I hear that because there's speed that comes into it. There probably is some sort of fucking system that could be implemented there, but it would be a lot of nuances to it, especially if you're still solo. But from an aspect of, I've lost my train of thought. What was I going to say there?
We're talking about handling...
Oh, clients, that was it. Yeah, like, if you set the right boundaries in the onboarding process and, like, you set the right communication. So, like, I'll never forget, right, when we started the podcast, Paul Shields, I remember when he was initially taking me through the process of using his studio, right, he was like, whenever you book anything in, like, just do it through this process. If there's ever an emergency, send me 2 fire alarms with emergency in the middle, and then have the context below. I'll always get back to you within a couple hours.
Nice.
So it's like that's setting the expectation that he's not going to always get back to me within a couple hours. But if I put emergency, then it's there.
No urgent.
If he still doesn't get back to me by that time, he was like, just phone me. I'll pick it up. So it's the same shit with your clients, right? Where it's like, if it's an emergency, put little fire alarms. Or just fucking phone me. I've set that because it's easier in terms of like just phone me.
100%.
Because if I'm busy and I see it ping up, if I'm like, cool, can I actually take it? So if my phone pinged just now, I wouldn't take it. But if I'm sitting and I'm just working on the business and I see a phone call come through, I can easily just take it. So I think it comes with setting the right expectations on the front end. I've noticed also from working with Phil, like Phil is so disciplined with that shit, it's ridiculous. He has like 2 windows of the day where he gets back to our messages, and I can tell from a mile away that that's the system that he's got in place.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your clients, very rarely is anything going to be an absolute fucking emergency. But if you set the right expectations for them to just phone you, then it'll just allow for you to know to get back to them. Otherwise, you'll always be at the mercy, and that's come from someone that like, bro, like running a network, it's all the fucking time.
Yeah,
like I'd say the only person that probably gets their phone blown up more is probably like a property sourcer that is actually like really
Busy.
far on, and they've got a lot of investors and a lot of people, like a lot of landlords. So yeah, that's coming from me. Also, bro, archive your chats. So like have priority chats, i.e. your main chats.
Yep.
So I've got like all of our consultancy clients and all of our high earning clients, and the immortals. They're all in like the first list of WhatsApp.
Yep.
All other clients and all other messages are archived. So archive messages don't, obviously when you hold it in WhatsApp, you don't see them obviously.
Yeah.
So once again, if I'm just hopping on to just maybe send a message or send a loom or send something to somebody or send it to a team member, the biggest thing that can be a fucking brutal thing is when you hop on there and you see other messages and you're like, oh fucking that looks bad, or it takes your attention away and you cannot help but open it. And sometimes it can just ruin your whole fucking flow. So I think it's, use that archive chats. That was something I actually done like start of this year. It was one of our clients, Ellis, who runs a huge accountancy firm, bro. They've got like 400-ish clients now, and he scaled that himself, and he was like, an accountant's probably another one. I was like, you probably get so many emails and messages a day, bro, about random shite. Can I put this fucking bottle of water through the business? Like, you must get that shit all the time. He's got a team now that deals with it, but early stages, like, he had to do all of it, and he was like, archive chats was like the fucking best thing on the planet.
Instagram, primary, and general chats. I've been doing that, so I'm gonna do WhatsApp as well, 100%.
Last question from me, bro. If you were to kind of speak to, I'd say like any young person, but even if to make it a bit more personal, is like a 15-year-old John, right? So you go back, you're having a conversation with him, and you're telling him the kind of either the most important. So this is gonna like kind of frame it. Either the most important thing, or the first thing that he needs in order to grow and be successful. What are you telling him that he needs to have?
It's going to sound like I'm just selling YNL, but honestly, just have the right fucking people around you. Like, no matter what happens, if you have the right people, doesn't really matter, bro. Like,
so network.
Yeah, network, people. Second answer that came to my mind was just like, the biggest turning point for me was when I started to consume shit that genuinely changed. Like, there was perspective shifting. I started to look at the world completely fucking differently, which is just from like a book's perspective. Just get your knowledge. Like, I think people really underestimate, because you only pay like a tenner for them, that like, this is people that you would, if you were sat in a room with and you got 300 pages in a time perspective, so 6 hours with them, and they were to give you all of that knowledge, you would fucking lap that up, take 1,000,000 notes and go and fucking implement every part of it if you felt like it applied to you. So I think like, get in your head, like, a lot of shit when you're 15, 16 is like, you need to rewire how you actually look at the world, unless you had a really good upbringing anyways. So for me, single parent household, went to a standard school, all the usual shit that probably a lot of young guys in Scotland grew up as. I had to rewire a lot of shit. Even like a big component, I read a book, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it now, but it was The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harvey Eker. And the biggest learn I took from that book was relaying out your financial blueprint. So the biggest thing within the book was like, your financial blueprint will be a mixture of what you've been exposed to, but also what how your parents look at money. So, for example, my mum, big spender. My dad, tight bastard. So, as I kind of like grew up to like the age of 12 was when like my family split. As I kind of like got to the age of 12, I'd already kind of developed a mindset where I was going to save for long periods of time and then splash it all. And I would just do the same shit every time, and I didn't know why, bro.
That's literally what we like,
mental.
I feel like I've had that as well. It's so bad.
Because it was like, see, when I went to college and then like into university, see that first month where you get your big payment, bro. Splash that
Mate, same.
Bro, literally.
Bro, same.
He paid for my holiday, bro.
I paid for the lad's holiday, bro. I was fucking XYZ, bro.
See how I articulate that to my clients, though. It's like you're unconscious and being trained in a certain way. So consciously you start to ask yourself questions like, why is it like that? Why is it like that? And then consciously, through your own attention and focus, you need to retrain it. So that's obviously what you've done. So the advice you'd give to younger self, or anyone watching that is younger and wanting to start and kind of grow, is network and what you consume. That's
100%, bro.
Any more, and cunts' brains are gonna end up exploding. That's fucking
this has been a good podcast, bro.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
As always.
Thanks for coming on, John.
Appreciate that, bro.
Legend.
Thanks, lads.